Hey everybody, I'm here with my friend Shira again, and we are going to do a comparison between a couple of our favorite MSD doll makers, and that's going to be between our MSD Atelier Momoni dolls and our MSD Youpla dolls, which we have three different ones. We have Zia and
Olive and Vanna.
So we're going to take a look at the differences between them and sort of show you guys what they're like. So I'll start here with Momoni, and this is my Coco Momoni. And one of the biggest things that I guess you can see the difference in is in the leg joints. So if the Youpla dolls, this part is actually not jointed. It is, I don't know what you would say, that was hard cast into the...
It's just the line sculpted in right there.
And so Momoni has a joint here and also a joint here.
Right.
While the Youplas just have the joint at the leg, right? So they're like this.
Yep, they just go straight up. There's no double jointing there at all.
And then if we look at them side by side, how are they height-wise? They're about the same, aren't they?
Pretty much.
So.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
They're both on the smaller end of MSD because they're not they're still considered MSD, but they're not like a standard MSD. They're slightly smaller.
And so, what I really like size-wise, like if you put them back to back, and maybe yours, are these the same size, sort of? So they're like exactly the same size.
They're on
now,
the same exact body.
One of the differences though between Zia and Olive is that Olive has a smaller bust.
Definitely.
So this Zia has, should you call it the normal bust, or?
This is called the large bust, and this is just called the small bust. That's it. She's just got two different options.
Two different busts there.
Yeah.
So that's, if you like the smaller bust, like the younger look, you could go with the small bust size, the large bust size. The Momonis have fairly small busts.
One standard bust.
Right, so if you look at them back to back like that, you can kind of see and Momoni also has a smaller bust, well, smaller bust than the large bust, but a bigger bum.
Yes, she is all bottom.
And then you can kind of see the differences in as well, like the back, the way the what am I trying to say? The way the joint is cut around the back, like the Momoni kind of goes up in a U shape, and then the Youpla doll is sort of straight across. And then if we look at, I love the collars of both of these dolls. Both dolls have really beautifully sculpted collar lines, and they're totally different. So the Momoni is kind of, you've got this sculpting here around the neck. I don't know what that part's called. But then the Youpla has this sculpting here. Oh gosh, they're both beautiful.
They really are.
They're so gorgeous.
They're so beautifully sculpted. And what I like about both of these dolls is they both have this back little notch right here so that you can position them and they can hold it.
Right.
So if you wanted to make them look slouchy or make them look like they're laying in a bed or something like that, they can hold that position because they have that notch in the back, which is a fantastic thing.
That's awesome.
I love it.
It's great
so
for
great
posing.
for photos. Yep, definitely.
So we got that. And then I think, I would guess, they can share clothes, right? I mean, almost everything's gonna be.
I buy minifee mostly clothing because it's just so easy to find and it's so stylish. But because they are slightly smaller than minifees, the clothes tends to be big, but I just deal with it.
I use like I have little tiny clothespins, and I'll kind of pin them back a little bit.
Right.
Or safety pins, or what have you. Foot size, let's look at foot size. Maybe layer, let's do them, let's do their her to her. So, foot size is almost the same. The Youpla feet are a little bit shorter and maybe a little bit wider.
Yep.
Like just slightly.
Yep. And what's nice too about the Youpla dolls, which if you've ordered Zia before, or Vanna or Olive, during the pre-order, she'll give you the option of ordering the small bust or the large bust, and then you can order either the flat feet or the heeled feet.
That's cool.
And
she was showing me the heeled feet for
my Olive
earlier. They're really cute.
They're so beautiful, and she even has the option of ordering 3D casted resin shoes to fit perfectly with the heeled shoe or the heeled foot.
And Momoni has those as well. So these are the resin high heels that
you can order
I
extra.
got with my Momoni dolls.
Yep. And I love that they have those options because sometimes you can't find shoes to fit perfectly, and most of the time they're too big.
And that's one of the things we love about these artist dolls is that there's so much customization available, and there's so much thought that goes into what they're providing out there for collectors to buy. That's what really makes it worth it to go ahead and get an artist doll over some other type of doll, in my opinion.
And then of course with like Lola, who sews for her dolls, you know it's always gonna fit because it was made specifically for her dolls.
And I really love the Youpla hands.
Me too.
They're so gorgeous.
They're so beautiful.
So I'm gonna pull this a little closer so you guys can see Zia's hands here. I think her hands are so pretty. They're really like delicate and expressive.
Very expressive. Yep, that's what I was gonna say. And with the new pre-order coming out for Zia, end of December, beginning of January, Zia will be available in 2 brand new colors that haven't been offered before, and she will have the option of a second different pair of hands, which I am thrilled about.
And I actually got that pair of hands with this doll.
Yes.
So I got this doll at El Doll, and she did come with a second set of hands.
Right.
Which is exciting. I guess I should probably have shown those.
Yeah,
but
I forgot to bring the bust and the extra feet.
We'll put a little clip on at the end to show those things. It's not a problem. So, what else are we missing? Because we wanted to do a comparison. Okay, so the knee joint.
The knee joints.
So for the Youpla dolls, they have it reminds me of Barbie because they've got these notches in the back of the knees.
Right.
If you can see that. So they do like a 1, 2, 3 click.
Yeah.
So if you remember, or if you know, if you had Barbies or if you've ever collected Barbies, people always want to know, do the legs click 3 times?
Yeah.
Well, her legs click 3 times because there's 3 notches in the back for bending. There might be more than 3, but so she will hold it. Like once you put that there, it's gonna hold because it's in that notch.
Right. But unlike the Youpla dolls, the Momonis have the double jointing, which can bring, all the way back. And that is also an awesome thing for closing because you can just do anything you want with it, really, and she'll hold it.
Yep.
So.
They're both cool in their own ways.
Yep.
So, and I love the size. I love the size in general.
I think so too.
And I think these dolls are some of the, if not, well, I mean, they're the most gorgeous dolls in my opinion in this size on the market.
Agreed.
So, you can't go wrong with either one of them. They're so beautiful.
Yes, they are, and it's great to support, our favorite overseas artists because Vanna is by, all the Youplas are by a French lady named Marie Youpla Lemet. And then we've got Lola Palacios, who is the designer and artist.
She's the Spanish artist
from Spain, for Atelier Momoni.
The Momoni dolls.
And she is extremely talented. We've all seen that.
And I was lucky to meet both ladies at El Doll, and they're both very sweet. Like, when you meet them, you want to support them even more.
Exactly.
So, I think that's just cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this and grab our extra parts so we can show them to you guys.
Perfect.
Okay, we're back with our parts. I thought I had extra hands, but I got high-heeled feet, which are also beautiful.
They really are.
So I'm really happy to have the high-heeled feet to go with my Zia.
Yeah.
And you can see the high-heeled feet that Shira got there.
They are so beautifully sculpted. And we were just talking about getting their nails painted and having them look like they're having a pajama party and putting these little high heel feet on, and it would just be the cutest
They're
thing.
gonna be super cute. I think I'm gonna try to do a pedicure on these myself. We'll see how that comes out.
Yep, and I had talked with Marie via DM on Instagram over my olive. She was nice enough to let me buy her from here during the show, and she had the large bust put on her at that point, and my Vanna already has the large bust put on, so I wanted the smaller bust, and she was great enough to switch it for me. But if I ever wanted to, I can switch it right back, and it's beautifully sculpted, same beautiful collarbone detailing there, and it's a nice size. It's not like they're too big.
They're not overwhelming.
Yeah, and she looks good in anything. Like she's got the large bust on right now, and she's wearing an Atelier Momoni top, and you can see how it's not so bad. She's still a pretty good size there. So I'm just thrilled with my purchases from Eldol, and I'm so thankful that Allison was able to help me bring these back. So I was coming back with a suitcase packed. I could not have fit another doll in that suitcase. Yep.
So I really maximized my space because I had 3 dolls for Shira, I had 5 dolls for me, and then 1 more doll for another friend, and it was like, whoa, but it was awesome.
It
was
really
totally worth
was.
it.
And she was letting me live vicariously through her while she was there. We were messaging. I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning talking with her while she was at the show. It was an amazing experience just to be there.
All right. Well, did we miss anything here with the comparison? I don't think we did. They're both gorgeous dolls.
They really are.
Like, they're super gorgeous, and they're very different.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Momonis to me are more like cutesy and kind of animated, like you were saying earlier, and they have that sort of kawaii look about them.
Yep.
Or the Youpla dolls are more of a sultry or a really just kind of a classically beautiful sort of lady.
Yes.
So depending on what you're going for, they're awesome.
They really are.
I like having both in my collection.
Yes, I love having them both in my collection. Yeah, because my other purchase from Eldol, my 3rd doll, is another Youpla that we'll show in a different video. So that's to come.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much for watching. If you have any questions for us, leave them in a comment below, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.